old worm.
I know who's calling before I even pick up the phone. This time of night, the boys in blue. You see, we got a little contract. When they come across a case that they don't want to deal with, they push it in my direction. Makes it easy for them, makes them look good, and gets me a little bit of the taxpayers' money. By the tone and the cop's voice, this case was going to be a little different. I tried lighting a cigarette on my way there to get rid of the whiskey on my breath from the night before, but couldn't find a damn light.
Mick?
Johnny, it's about time you got here.
So what do we got here, Mick?
Male victim, 6'2", 6'3", 220, 240 pounds, something like that.
You got a light on you, Mick?
Nope, I quit.
So, any weapons?
It's a 38 stub nose, missing 2 pills.
Where'd you get plugged?
Well, actually, the 2 slugs went into the wall behind you.
So the Vic had the 38?
Yep, the Vic had the 38.
So if the Vic had the 38, what was the cause of death?
Why don't you see for yourself?
Hey, Mick, where's this man's face?
I knew you were gonna ask me about that. It's around the corner. I ain't ever seen anything like this before. Have you seen anything like this before?
I never heard of anything like this before.
Excuse me, are you Mr. Slate?
Who's asking?
Everly Bordeaux.
Miss Bordeaux, why don't you have a seat? So you wouldn't happen to have a light on you, would you?
No.
Yeah, of course not. So how can I help you?
Well, you are John Slate, the private detective, are you not?
Yes, I am.
Well, I have a pressing matter at hand. A friend of mine, it seems he's gone missing, and I'm ever so scared.
And what's your friend's name?
Hawkins, Mr. Steve Hawkins.
Can you describe Mr. Hawkins for me, please?
Well, he's a rather large man.
How large?
He's over 6 feet tall, very strong, probably over 200 pounds. We were supposed to meet for dinner last night, but he never showed up. That's not like him at all.
And exactly what would you like me to do, Miss Brazil?
I'd like you to find him.
Already done.
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
Because, Miss Bordeaux, I found him murdered this morning with his face cut off and nailed to a wall.
How could you say something horrible like that?
Because it's true.
No, that can't be. That can't be. No, no.
Now listen here. I ain't gonna have no dame going on and causing ruckus in my office. Now have a seat, Miss Bordeaux.
You brute.
Yeah, that's right. I'm the brute. Just remember, you walked into my office asking something from me.
Do you know what happened to him?
If you want to continue this conversation, Miss Bordeaux, you're gonna have to be straight with me.
What do you mean?
I mean, you don't really seem like the type who has giant friends who like to carry a piece.
Well, I don't know anything about that.
The door's behind you, Miss Bordeaux.
Fine. Mr. Hawkins wasn't just my friend, he was sort of my protection.
What kind of protection?
I'm in town for some meetings and my family is rather wealthy. It's just for precaution, nothing's ever happened before.
So you want me to find out who killed your friend?
I want to know who and why.
Well, the why is easy, Miss Bordeaux. In my line of work, 99% 90% of the time it's because of a damn dame.
Please, Mr. Slate. My heart is already heavy enough. Like I said, my family is wealthy.
Okay, deal. We'll work out the particulars later. But if I'm right, then you may not be very safe in the city.
I leave town in 3 days.
Until then, you should probably stay at the office. I have a couch. It may not be up to your standards, but it's comfortable.
If I must.
They came down from the heavens with their Xboxes and the PlayStations.
Hey, Philip, you have a light on you?
Well, I don't do that stuff no more.
So, Philip, you hear anything last night? Say about a murder? Maybe from one of the junkies or the drunks down here? Anything about blades and knives that have taken things from people, anything like that?
No, I didn't hear nothing about that.
Oh, is that true, huh?
Oh, now that you mention it, I do recall a little something that happened last night. You talking about the man with no face. There's only one person who could do that. That's the devil.
Devil, huh? Okay, and where did this devil come from?
It's the dame that came. She brought the devil with her.
Well, if it's the devil, then I'm looking for the devil.
There's only one thing worse than looking for the devil, Johnny, and that's finding him.
Yeah, Philip? What would you know about that?
'Cause I already found my devil. Farewell, Johnny.
I finished doing my rounds, trying to collect information from all the junkies and the drunks in low-life town. Nothing. I keep going back to what Philip said to me, though, about a dame that brought a devil or something. Whatever it was, I couldn't get it out of my head, and that picture of that face on that wall burned in my mind, possibly forever. I lost the pup around the corner. Maybe I'm getting too old for this. Maybe I'm getting too fat. Maybe I'm drinking too much. The bottle's getting to me. Maybe I'm seeing things and chasing ghosts. Who knows? The day was long. Led to nothing. One of those empty days. The whiskey warms me, warms my stomach, warms my throat. It's the only thing to look forward to nowadays. Puts me to sleep. This city. Oh, I hate this city. Full of nothing but scum. Nothing but faces pinned to fucking walls.
Jesus wept.
Now I can't even sleep. Nightmares keeping me up. That's new. Sleep was the one thing I look forward to after my good shot of whiskey. Gets me through these days, these long, long, empty days. So what do I gotta look forward to now, huh? Just some more whiskey. Maybe I'll walk myself around the block, use some energy, get myself back to sleep.
Ah, Mr. Slate. I've been waiting for you.
And how can I help you, Mr.
I'm your devil, Mr. Slate. Mr. Slate, just so you know, I removed the pistol from your desk.
So, how did you get in here?
The door, Mr. Slate. You really need a secretary.
How can I help you?
It seems you have been looking for me.
Well, word travels fast.
Speak of the devil, and he shall appear.
Okay, well, before we get started, you wouldn't happen to have a light on you, would you?
As a matter of fact, I would.
Figures. So, let's get started. Got a few questions for you. Number one would be, where were you 2 nights ago? Early morning.
I was in the middle of killing Mr. Hawkins. Something amusing.
I've been doing this a long time, and this is the easiest case I've ever had.
I don't mean to be a burden, Mr. Slate.
Please call me John. My friends, they call me Johnny, and my clients, they call me Mr. Slate, but you can call me John.
John, what else would you like to know?
Well, I'm going to have to skip ahead of my regular line of questioning, so my next question would be, why?
Well, that's simple. Money.
What, did Mr. Hawkins owe you money, or were you just trying to rob him, or were you just after Miss Bordeaux?
I heard you were on to me. I guess they were wrong. I'm a professional, John. Killing is my job. I was hired to kill Mr. Hawkins.
So, how did you manage to kill him without a struggle? A man of that size, especially a man of that size who carries a piece.
The devil moves in mysterious ways.
So is that your thing? You take people's faces?
No. Each time is different. Sometimes it's a face. Sometimes it's a hand. Sometimes it's nothing at all.
You seem like you're one for the theatrics.
It instills fear in people. It scares away the authorities.
That's enough, okay? I'm sick of listening to this garbage from a sick and twisted freak like you. You want to come in here and try to scare me? It ain't working. All that you're doing is you're pissing me off.
I'm not here to scare you, John. I'm here to kill you. This time, I think I'll remove your fingers and replace them with cigarettes.
You do your worst, you sick son of a... Miss Bordeaux, excellent timing.
Keep your hands up, Mr. Slate.
What seems to be the issue? Murder solved.
You fool. The money, Mr. Slate.
What money?
If you want to continue this conversation, Mr. Slate, you're going to have to be straight with me.
I don't think I want to continue this conversation.
Don't make me kill you, Mr. Slate. I just want the money.
What money?
The money you took from a Miss Jones 5 months ago?
Ah, that money.
Yes.
So what, this was just some type of setup for a couple of bucks?
$125,000 to be exact.
What would you know about that?
No time, Mr. Slate.
Please, humor me.
I know that you solved the murder of one Miss Jones 5 months ago. I also know that you failed to place into evidence the $125,000 she stole from her employer, which I'm sure was the reason for her passing. You see, Miss Jones and I had the same employer.
So you're not from a wealthy family? And what about Mr. Hawkins?
My associate. Sadly, he had to be sacrificed in order to get the ball rolling.
So you and Mr. Devil here murdered your associate knowing that I'd get involved?
I know the police in this town only bother with murders if the victim is a high-standing citizen, or if the answer is right in front of them. Otherwise, they contract them out to the local private detectives, and this being your neighborhood.
And then you just stroll into my office looking for help?
Like all private detectives, you can't turn away a dame.
And that seems to be true in Mr. Devil here?
I informed him you were on his trail and needed to be dealt with.
One less loose end.
I've taken a good look around here. I found the safe. Where's the key?
Keep it on me, all times.
Then would you please do me the honor of opening it?
Why don't you just kill me and do it yourself?
No loose ends this way. Congratulations, Mr. Slate, you solved the murder. When the police come, you will get your reward. I walk away and everyone is happy.
Very good, Miss Bordeaux. Very good.
Now, Mr. Slate, the money. And don't try anything funny. It looks a little light.
It's about half.
And the other half?
Invested.
Good thing I like you, Mr. Slate. Half is enough to please me. Have a lovely evening, Mr. Slate.
Damn dames.
Mick and the boys are happy with how the case ends. Another dead body, that's all. Another hitman. 2 weeks later, they pull Miss Bordeaux's body out of a river. Money's gone. Big surprise. They never did figure out what happened to her, but I guess I always knew. She made a deal with the devil. She crossed the devil, and there ain't no coming back from that. Trust me.